know, today, I just woke up and I said, instead of waiting on a good day, waiting around through ups and downs, waiting on something to happen, I just said,
all right, good morning, everybody. This is Robert Barber with PinellasLive.com, coming at you live through Facebook this morning for our 7-minute daily web show. What we do is we spend 7 minutes a day trying to bring positivity and highlight the greatness that it is and the exceptional life that it is to live in Pinellas. We do that by highlighting community, highlighting people, highlighting things to do, places to be, just what it is to have an exceptional life here. So I've been, I guess, tagged the digital mayor for Pinellas, at least at this point in time, through the show, which is crazy in itself. But anyway, just people making fun of me, but it's all good. So I am here today with one of my business partners in the commercial side of real estate that we do, Debbie Reeser. And she was gracious enough to reach out to Emily Elwyn. And so Emily was gracious enough to share a little bit about what she does and who she is today. So we're going to spend 7 minutes today talking about preservation, and then specifically St. Pete Preservation, which you can find at StpetePreservation.org. So check that out. But welcome, Emily.
Thank you so much, and thanks so much for having me. I'm excited to be here.
Yeah.
I love St. Pete. I love St. Pete Preservation. I love this great sense of place we have in our city, and so I'm excited to be here and talk to you more about that.
That's super good. All right, well, great. Well, we got some viewers on, so hit us up in the comments. But anyway, so we break our segments up into basically 3 parts. And the first part we always like to start with is everybody's got a story. So Emily, tell us a little bit about you.
Sure. I moved here about 10 years ago. I was reluctant corporate transfer. I had been living in Atlanta, and my husband got a job here in St. Petersburg, and I said, we can't live in Florida. Florida's for tourists. Florida's nothing but strip malls. I don't want to live here. We came down, we stayed at the Vinoy, we had drinks at what was then the Garden in the Detroit, that first block. Sure. And I fell in love with St. Pete and the historic neighborhoods in St. Pete. So I was excited to be here. I've always been in historic preservation. That's always been my job. And so I was excited to be here and really get involved in the local community and historic preservation.
So when did you get involved with St. Pete Preservation?
About 2 years after I moved here. I had little children. About 2 years after I moved here, I started looking around and saying, hey, I'm not sure I want to go back into historic preservation full-time work, but there's a great nonprofit group here. And at the time, we were just a fun advocacy group. And I got involved as a professional preservationist, consulting with them and helping them. And it's been so much fun to really get involved in the community since then and see our organization grow and see St. Pete grow.
You know, as being commercial brokers, you know, when you hear preservation, you always think barriers, right? You're like, oh, this is not going to be good historic building or whatever, but that's not the case.
No,
right?
Partners. Think of it as partners. St. Pete Preservation, we really talk about, we do not want to be chaining ourselves to buildings. We don't want to be the little old ladies preserving the perfect, example of great-great-great-grandfather's house, but rather thoughtful redevelopment for our city. Because what really makes our city great is the mixture between the wonderful new buildings and the really great historic buildings. That wonderful mixture that allows different businesses to flourish in different places. Sure. You've got the Class A office space, but you've also got the really cool, funky art gallery that's going into that historic space that probably couldn't afford the rent on Beach Drive or someplace else. Right. And that's what makes a city great. And we talk about it as that sense of place. And so preservation really is that community. It's the buildings are kind of the bones that go in there, but it's the really great groups that are in there too, the groups, organizations that are incubated in these really fun historic places.
Right. Absolutely. It's just been so fun to see St. Pete just boom, but it boom in a way that's measured and thoughtful, so it's been good about that. So the next part is, so we're about 3.5 minutes in our 7 minutes, so tell us what's so great about Pinellas and what's so great about St. Pete?
Well, St. Pete and Pinellas really, I think we are so fortunate that we are, we are a historic city in some ways, but we're a new city in some ways. We've got this great sense of development, of real estate development, people moving here, but we're also a great community where you can get involved. And I think that's one of my favorite things. But with St. Pete Preservation, I think what we really do, and what I think you can do in Pinellas, is really have that fun experience of
and give it a small town feel.
Give it that small town feel. That's really true. Getting involved in St. Pete has got this great small town feel. We're an overgrown village, is what I like to say.
That's good. That's really good. That is good. Well, it's exciting. It's exciting to be a part of Pinellas. So as we move into our next segment, and as we talk a little bit, what would Emily take the next 2 minutes to share? Because what we also like to do and make sure we add value to you every day is we also like to create positivity and and push out positivity and what an exceptional life that it is. So Emily, if you take this next 2 minutes, what would you share with someone today to give them the positive today, or just what's in your heart today?
What's in my heart today? I really am a strong believer in bloom where you're planted. Find something great wherever you are in your community. Get involved, and the way to get involved, and the way to really love where you live is to get involved. Whether it's in my passion, which is historic preservation and communities, or the arts, or any sort of nonprofit, a way to give back and get involved. That's how you make those connections. That's how you make friends. That's how you improve your business, by making those connections.
Yeah.
So I really encourage people, and one of the greatest things that our family does is really try and get involved in the community. Find a way to be a part of your community.
Yeah, that's good.
Oh, why don't you mention about movies in the park?
I would love to talk about movies in the park real quick.
Let me close that one thought. So, it's interesting. We're 21 episodes into doing this show, and I keep getting a common theme back from everybody is give first, right? Give of yourself, and then just it blooms, right? It just happens. It just comes around. So that's exciting. All right, so movies in the park. So here we go. So
I really wanted to talk about our great, one of our greatest programs we do. Is we like to say we educate, advocate, and celebrate St. Pete. And Movies in the Park, every Thursday in October and May, free movies in historic North Straub Park. So right in front of the Vinoy, it's free, great movies, great bands.
Family events.
Family-friendly, dog-friendly, everybody. It is the best cross-section of St. Pete at Movies in the Park. You will truly see your neighbors, but you're also going to make a new friend. Everybody shares their snacks, their dinner, their wine. It is the best community event on the waterfront. And it's just cooling down enough so the weather's perfect.
They're cooling down. So you heard it here. We're about 15 seconds left into our show of our 7 minutes in. So guys, I hope you enjoyed today's segment. What I've already taken away from you, Emily, is the positivity. I love it. I love your passion for community. I love your passion for what you do with St. Pete Preservation. And guys, check out those movies in the park. It really is an exceptional thing that we have as a gem and a jewel here in Pinellas County. If you're in Clearwater, if you're in Palm Harbor, if you're over on the beaches, come down to St. Pete, check out those movies, connect with your community. We are Pinellas. We are one community, one body, living an exceptional life, and so make sure you check it out. If you need more information, hit me up in the comments below, and I'll get you in touch with Emily about the preservation process. Also, if you want information about the movies more, you can go to StpetePreservation.org and get the schedule and see what those are all about. But thanks for the time today.
Thank you. Come on down. Thank you.
It's so good. Debbie, thank you for putting this together. Appreciate it. And hey, guys, we love you. We're over our time, but have an excellent, excellent Friday. And just so you know, I'm going live again today since I missed yesterday, so it's going to be a double feature day. But guys, have a great day. Love you, and live that exceptional life that is Pinellas. Thanks.
You